Hello, hello. What's going on, y'all? We're going to try a new format for super quick, fast, lightning style analysis for those that don't want to watch the live stream and search through there. Just kind of trying some different stuff out. So let's just see how it works out and jump right into it. Total market cap dumping a little bit pretty hard, still around the 21. Not too much damage here. Let's stay above this wick here at about 1.28 trillion. Oh, crypto market cap for the altcoins, about the same posturing. Just stay above this wick in this business over here at about 450 billion. Mama Bear looking a little bit sick, not too great. These wicks on these candles, we did sell off into the range that we were previously in between 43-ish and 48-ish. It looks like we might just be hanging out in there until we break either side of that. This is very neutral, so even slightly bearish. Daily, let's not close below the 21, or we probably do test the bottom of this range and potentially the 55 exponential. Maybe hopefully all we're doing here is some kind of consolidation liquidation break going on here. So we just have to wait and get some more data, but right now it's looking a little bit sick. Futures showing the exact same thing, back in this range. Until we break out of this range, we're super neutral. Ethereum was the weakest one. Yesterday we were watching it and how crappy it looked. It's getting continuation. It's still very bearish looking. Needs to really hold this 1440 level. If we lose 1440, we probably will get downside continuation to this range here, probably around 12 to 1300. Daily closing this purple moving average, which is a mama moving average, would be very detrimental. That has not happened since back over here last fall, so we don't want to see that. DMI on the daily, though, is in the bearish power zone, so that is not good for Ethereum. Ethereum's got a lot of work to do to regain its bullish stature. Litecoin, almost just like Ethereum, major resistance up here at 175. This does look like it wants to come down. Daily is about to go bearish too, although we did have one back over here that got rejected, but I wouldn't be surprised the daily close below 165-ish gets us down here to 145, 150. Conversely, the upside, any close back above 175, 180 probably gets us in the test in this region around 200. Ripple, nice bounce off of this trend line and the 377 exponential, finding a resistance around this trend line. Cross roughly, if we can get back above about 50 cents, we will look a little bit better, maybe for a run up here into 55, but ultimately damage is done on Ripple pretty big, especially if the daily closes below 45 cents. It's going to be engulfing all this previous week's action, and we're back underneath the trend line with this rejection at the 65-cent level, which has been very important going back all the way to November of last year. So any closures back below 45 cents will probably get continuation down into the 20, like probably the 30 to 35 cent level. All right, Polkadot breaking the trend line, not looking too sexy there. Getting a test of the underbelly, opening back down though. We don't have chronological order here, which is the shortest to the longest. We are kind of sloppy, spaghettiing it out, so really horizontals you got to default to at the moment. Anything below 34 bucks is bearish, and anything anything above 34 bucks will be back to bullish. Anything back below 29, I would look for targets back in the mid 20s and possibly even all the way to $20 itself. Link bounced off of 20 pretty good and is kind of hovering around its IPO-ish price or ICO price, whatever. If we zoom all the way back, I guess it doesn't have it on the chain link. I know, maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe I'm confusing it with dot. Hold on, let me see. I feel like I don't usually use link. Let's go to link USD. Oh, not on TradeStation. We know it's not over there. Let's go to Coinbase. Oh, I am mixing that up with something else. I had a different chart in here. I accidentally X'd it out over here on the side. But anyway, about 20 bucks, low 20s is resistance. Any more wicks back below 22.50 will probably get us on a retest of 20 and maybe even back down to 15 bucks. We really got to close back above $28 to get a little bit of excitement for the bulls. ADA, Cardano, pretty bearish here. Anything sub 105 dollar to $1.05 is a major supply zone, resistance area. Any wick back below 85 cents probably gets us to test this consolidation in this wick at around 70 cents. BCH looks pretty gnarly, real bearish below 520. Get above 520, we probably get a relief rally. We re-enter below 475. Watch the hell out on this one. It's got quite a ways to fall, probably like to 400-ish if that did happen. BSV, Craig's looking real sick. He's hanging out right on the dang trend line here. We'll see if he can hold. It doesn't look very good, though. Rolling back over. Any wicks or closures, especially below 174, is going to usher in probably a test of this bottom end of the range between 150 and 160. EOS crashing below the trend line, which a lot of coins are looking just like this same type of pattern. Same thing, just using these recent bodies. Any closure back below 345 probably gets us back into the $2.75, $3 range. Conversely, to the upside, if we get back over $4, we probably come back and test the underbelly of this trend line. Monero's trying to bounce pretty well off here. It actually looks better than some of the other coins we're looking at on the medium time frames. I do like that. Any closure on the RSI back above the exponential probably gets us up into the 230 area. Again, anything below these wicks on the red, 377 exponential, and on this case it's 180, probably gets us down to 160. Zcash, just range bound really between 125 and 110. Nothing really exciting about that until it gets out of one of those ranges. Dash looks a little bit, it looks okay. Still bears in control on DMI. Looks like it kind of wants to work its way down here to 183. Kind of sloppy. This chart's a little bit harder to read than the other ones. Dogecoin basing at about 95 sats. Pretty nice. Anything back below 91, 92 sats probably gets us immediately to 80, and then we'll have to reassess. But if it does break that 90 sat level, I would be a little bit cautious on that. Anything back above the 105, 110. Oh, sorry. Anything back above 105, 110 area probably gets us back to mid 120s. Dollar pairing on that. It is back below this trend line that had a false breakout. Pretty brutal move. Getting back above this trend line probably gets us back into the mid 5-cent range. Right now, though, it does need some work. Anything back below 4 cents probably gets us to lower threes. ES bouncing very nicely here off of these lows. If we close the daily back above the 21 exponential at around 38.65, that'll be pretty nice. EMAs are starting to, oh, sorry, that's the crack time frame. We don't want that. This looks pretty good if we can close above all these wicks. And ultimately, though, we do need to get back above this trend line here for some possible continuation to the upside. Any wicks or any closes back below 38.30 probably gets us down into the 37.60 to 3800 range. NQ bouncing pretty nicely. Still very bearish though on the oscillators. Anything below 13,300 isn't great for bulls. So we really got to get back above that to get kind of excited. Maybe if we get above 13,150, we get a test of that, and then we'll see what happens. Anything back below these body closes at around 12,950 probably gets further downside on this. It needs some work by the bulls. Let's see. Dow, pretty nice. Just Daily doesn't look that nice, actually, to be fair. Kind of rounding off here, losing momentum on the oscillators. Trend line, same thing. We got to break back over this trend line. And if you want to use a horizontal, probably about 31.5. Anything back below this trend line or horizontal we've been watching for weeks is about 31.2. Back below that probably gets us to mid 30,000 range. Russell rallying really nice here. Above its 21 daily. Looks like it wants to come back up here and test 2250, 2260. That's a pretty good pivot area over here. Anything back below these bodies, though, at about 2200 probably gets us back to a test of 2160, and below that kind of starts to get into free fall mode. And we're going to skip that, go to oil. Oil's looking all right. Oil has no problems. It's up trending like a mofo until it breaks this trend line. Simple as that. Don't overthink it. ZB bonds kind of just consolidating down here. Kind of surprising they didn't bounce at all on the sell-off, but it's in a very strong downtrend as yields be rising here, which we're about to go to. TNX, which is what I was talking about. We are rising swiftly on these yields. They just keep going up. Very bullish trend right now. Nothing, I mean, it's bullish as hell until it closes this gap, and then maybe we'll see what happens. But it looks like it does want to target, hold on, zoom back out. Oh man, this is actually pretty bullish. We're back above even the long term. So major support at about 115. Looks like we're probably targeting like the 150 area on that guy. Gold kind of sick looking, down, lower highs, lower lows. We did make a lower closing low than this, so that's not very sexy. Ultimately, though, it does need to close below this 1670-ish area, this horizontal. 1770, 1760. Breaking back up to this trend line and ultimately above 1850 probably will get us out of this downtrend and have continuation. Silver looking good. Don't have any problems with silver chart as long as it's holding 2650. On the weekly, still looks really awesome. No problems there. 2650 is a line in the sand. Any kind of wicks above probably 2950 will get us above 30 with a target to mid 30s on that guy. Platinum looking pretty awesome, rolling over. Pretty awesome rolling over, sorry. Trying to do these like super fast, so bear with me. This is my first attempt at this. But platinum looks very nice, consolidating at the trend line, busting out of this ascending triangle type pattern. Looks like we've hit the measured move, so not surprising to see a little bit of consolidation. Weekly still is very intact for upside, as long as we're holding above about 1140-ish at this moment. All right, awesome. I'm going to end it there because this is supposed to be super fast lightningness, super speed, race car style. Awesome. It's your boy, No Noiz, Z-Rex. It is, should have introduced this, it is February 23rd, 2021. Let me know if you like this style of video. And that's it. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.